James G. King Industry Recognition Award. This award was created in 2012, was named in honor of Jim King, a lifetime member and board member of both the Alpaca Owners and Breeders Association and the Alpaca Registry Incorporated, who passed away unexpectedly on April 5th, 2012. And in each year, when this award is given, the story of Jim's life and his dedication to the alpaca industry is told. Jim was born August 5th, 1935 in San Francisco. He graduated from Phillips Exeter Academy, Yale University, and the Harvard Business School. At Yale, he was an All-American lacrosse player, and he later played for many seasons at the Boston Lacrosse Club. Jim and his family lived in Wellesley, Massachusetts, before moving to New London in 1992. Spent most of his career in the Boston area as a financial analyst and portfolio manager, working many years at David L. Babson Company. Later, Jim worked at the New London Trust and Charter Trust. 1992, he and his wife, Sue, established Skyview Alpacas. Working the farm allowed him to explore one of his passions, a love of animals. He spent a great deal of his time helping to grow the fledgling alpaca industry. He was involved in regional and national alpaca organizations, serving on the board of directors of both the Alpaca Owners and Breeders Association and the Alpaca Registry Incorporated. In retirement, Jim was able to embrace new activities as well as become more active in many areas. His love of singing led to his joining the North Country Chordsmen, a barbershop chorus. His love of sports began when he played soccer and lacrosse in prep school and college, and he coached his sons through many years of soccer and was rekindled with tennis, paddle tennis, and sailing. Jim was an active member of the Rotary, the Boys Club, Lake Sunapee Yacht Club, and he was also a longtime camper at AMC's 3 Mile Island camp on Lake Winnipesaukee. At the time of his passing, Jim was serving the alpaca industry as the treasurer of the Alpaca Registry Incorporated. He was a strong advocate for the alpaca industry and its members, with the goal of having every organization he was involved with maintain the highest level of professionalism and service while continuing to invest in the future of the industry. James G. King Industry Recognition Award is awarded by the AOA Board of Directors to a person or persons who have given of themselves exceptionally and consistently towards the betterment of the alpaca industry. This year's recipient of the James G. King Industry Award is Dr. Shauna Brummet. So, Dr. Shauna Brummet and her husband Jeff Skinner own and operate hobby horse farms, Samoyeds, and alpacas, and they founded in 1978 with their first horses, followed by the Samoyeds dogs in 1983 and the Wakaya alpacas in 1996. Dr. Brummet holds a BS in microbiology from Purdue University, an MS in analytical chemistry, and a PhD in biochemistry from the University of Akron, and did postdoctoral research in molecular biology. Right? Molecular, okay. Right, so, yep. At Ohio State's Agricultural and Research Development Center before starting her career in the biotech industry. Right? Shauna was asked to look at ARI's parentage validation program in 2000 because the contract with UC Davis was coming up for renewal. As Shauna's experience and expertise is in DNA sequencing, genotyping, in molecular biology in both research and commercial settings, she was a good choice to take on this project. Shauna reviewed the potential DNA testing vendors and resulting in the selection of GeneSeq based in Lincoln, Nebraska in early 2004. And subsequently, Shauna identified our current vendor, DDC Veterinary, and led the move to this excellent parentage validation vendor. Shauna was encouraged to run for the board in 2004 and was elected to 2 consecutive terms. After sitting out a year, because that's what our policies say, Shauna was asked to run for an unprecedented 3rd time and was reelected. Right? During her 9-year tenure on the board, Shauna has provided scientific leadership and support for the parent validation science required for individual alpaca registration and has led the development of the EPD program, BVD testing, and the 2 camelid genetics and biotechnology conferences that have been run in collaboration with Alpaca Research Foundation. Right? Dr. Brummet is currently the president and CEO of BioOhio Research Park, which is an affiliate organization with the Ohio State University College of Food, Agricultural, and Environmental Science. Dr. Brummet has a broad experience in life science research, product development, startup and global companies, open innovation and technology commercialization, technology-based economic development. She's highly collaborative and connected in the innovation ecosystem, and Shauna fosters an intentional culture of innovation within the faculty and staff and students at the OSU College. College of Agriculture, and builds public-private partnerships to achieve organizational goals. Right? Dr. Brummet also serves on the board of directors at BioOhio, the Ohio Life Sciences Industry Advocacy Organization. You have some names. Right? The Alpaca Research Foundation and LARD Incorporated is an animal health startup company. Right? On behalf of the AOA, the board of directors, I want to thank Shauna for all she's done and continues to do for AOA, to ensure that science is a key element of our core process, benefiting our AOA members and the alpaca industry.
Well, I just want to say thank you to Norm and all of my colleagues on the now AOA board. I really appreciate this honor. I have served with Jim King and was on the board with him at the time of his death, and he was a good friend and a good advocate for the alpaca industry, and we miss him a lot. So I'm very honored to receive this. I've spent a lot of my life working for the alpaca industry, and I love it, and I love what we have accomplished and what more we can accomplish. And I'll say, certainly keep the science at the forefront. The genetic tools that we have are really powerful and will help us drive to ever better fiber that goes into the beautiful products that we're seeing here at this conference. But just thank you all very much for this honor, and I appreciate it.